of discussion. Tell me what's your view, and let's talk about it. We gon' rock the truth, or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind, they current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth, or absolutely nothing. Rock truth. Conversations fuel the mind, they current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth.
Grand day, and welcome to RockTruth Radio. I am your host, SelenaKay, and we RockTruth here are absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth before our very eyes is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. Before I get started, let's go to our sponsors real quick. We are officially sponsored by none other than Healthy in Space. Healthy, the letter N, Space in Maryville, Indiana. That's 6004 Broadway in Maryville, Indiana. They are closed today. However, they are open Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Go in there, get your herbs. Get your sea moss, get your tinctures, get your skincare, get your vitamins, and so much more. Yo, this is a Black-owned business. And I definitely want to promote Black-owned businesses and also promoting grand health, because your health is absolutely your wealth. We are also, real quick, they also have specials, so enjoy 10% off. On Mondays, they have Men's Health Mondays, Tuesdays, Tea Time, Wednesday, Women's Health, Thursdays, Tinctures and Tonics are 10% off. Fridays are the Free Radicals, and then on Saturday, 10% off all of your skincare. If you grow in there and you let them know that you heard about this on RockTruth Radio, get the RockTruth discount. 10% off your purchase for the RockTruth discount, yo. Also, we are sponsored by none other than The Vibe, because that's where I am right now, currently in the Vibe Studios. That is myself alongside of VNO What You Know. One day I'm gonna get the thing VNO What You Know with Ron Reed. We have the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus with Life Coach Jeff, as well as Smooch. Who is Smooch Wallace? You got to know him. But we make up the vibe. We are the vibe. And if you need anything going on inside of your studio, if you need anything going on for your radio shows, for your production shows, for your podcast, for whatever it is you need, we have the setup. We have about a 3-camera setup. We have studio space for you to come in and do your show. If you want to rent the space out, if you need help, yo, we here for you. So we are the vibe. Again, welcome to RockTruth Radio. And I have my co-host here today. Last week I was kind of like out here by myself, but nope. As we rock true forward from this point on, I will be with my official co-host, none other than the one, the only life coach, Jeff Releford. What's going on, Jeff?
Yo, what's good with y'all? How's everybody today? Man, it's good to be here on a Sunday morning with Mary SelenaKay. Let me tell y'all, man. Y'all not ready for this.
Listen, it is such a grand rising. It is such an amazing day. I thank God. Like, I know you guys are probably like just getting out. The sun isn't completely out, but you have to know that the sun is always shining above the clouds. And so, like, keep your mind set on that and your day will be grand. I say choose it. I always say choose it.
Come on.
Like, you can have a choice. You can choose. It's just like choosing what you're going to wear for the day. What are you going to clothe your heart, mind in for the day? Choose grandness. Choose awesome. Choose amazing. Choose anything but something that's average and mundane that you probably wouldn't win a political campaign with. Right? So Jeff Releford, first of all, I am also a co-host on his show. We're going to get into that a little bit. But Jeff, tell us about yourself.
Oh, man. Thank you so much again. I just have to say thank you again for the opportunity. Because, once again, as we always say, people don't have to do nothing for you. But just to be considered, you know what I mean? To have this swapping of hosts.
I know, right?
I mean? This is dope. Right? I really like this.
It's mad dope.
But my name is Life Coach Jeff Releford. I am an author. I do have a book that's out called Redirect, Shifting the Mindset. It's an interactive workbook because I'm a life coach. So what I do is I focus on shifting the mindset, self-awareness, and call to action.
Yeah.
Those are my 3 things that I focus on. And I feel with those 3 things, you can overcome anything that you wish to achieve. So there is no obstacle that you can't overcome if you go ahead and apply the R3 method. And along with me being a life coach, I have a podcast, which, like we said, she is a co-host of me called the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. People, we air on Wednesdays from 5 to 6. And also, I am a radio personality as well. Now. Shout out to Biggs Radio Station, Biggs Radio Chicago, voice of a new generation. I got to put it all in. Hold on, girl. We have with Biggs Radio Network, it consists of Chicago, Illinois, Pasadena, California, Indianapolis, Indiana, and the A, baby, Atlanta, the A. Now. So that is what makes up Biggs Radio Network. And I'm part of Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. The Jeff Releford Show airs from 5 to 6 on Mondays. So, we busy out here. We moving. Oh, and also I just got to put this in.
Yeah.
I just got done doing an interview that aired today on Sharon Pulliam's show. She is a gospel artist, A Time to Inspire. I talked about a little bit what I do as far as life coaching. I will be putting air times on my personal Facebook page.
Yeah.
All right. And some social media platforms. But it airs from, we aired at 8 o'clock this morning, and we'll also be airing at 6 p.m. again today. So check me out. And like I said, I put it out there for y'all to listen to and watch.
I know that's right, King, though. How did you get started in all of this? How did this all come about?
Yo, I'm gonna be real honest with you. Things happen, with people and everything. For me, it was divorce, that's what it was. And that's a lot of people's story. I ain't gonna hold you. People be like, I was so trapped.
Right.
I didn't know which way to go.
Ooh. I know what that's like.
Yeah, and I hear you, girl. But what it was for me was, I just got a divorce and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do.
Interesting.
And it wasn't until I met my ex and she had a life coaching certification test.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I said, girl, go ahead, slide that over here. And when she finally slid it to me, wow, it was just, I started going through the courses, the modules, and I realized that, this is what I'm good at. This is what God has called me to do in order to help his people. Yeah. So let me go ahead and inspire people. Let me give them some accountability and let me just point them in a different direction. Let me just allow them to think different.
I love it.
Because they don't have to take the information I say. They don't even have to use it, but, as we are in Christ, it's about planting those seeds and allowing God to water it and let it grow. That's so that's all I do. I plant some seeds, people. I just drop a little bit and I hope y'all pay attention and listen. If you do, you do. You don't, you don't. But this is the path that God has chosen me to go down. And I'm grateful for it because this path has opened up doors that I wouldn't even have imagined.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful. Very grateful.
I totally agreed. It's just ironic. I think that was really the start of it, like growing through a marriage and entering into divorce. Like it makes you kind of like step back, right?
It really does.
It should.
Yeah, it really should.
It makes you step back and you're just kind of like, okay, what happened? Because I didn't get married to get divorced, right?
Exactly.
I got married
That's not the game
to get
plan.
married, right? That was the game plan. Was to grow through all the trials and tribs that they said you can grow through. However, they didn't tell you that you can't grow through them unprepared.
Come on.
You can't go through them,
people.
And you don't have all of the equipment mentally to grow through them.
Yeah.
And so it was a step back for me as well. I was able to kind of like look back and see like, it was me.
I feel
like I can't take account for anybody else. I'm not even going to be questioned or asked by God about anybody else. I'm going to be asked about me. So I have to take accountability for my actions, my behaviors, the things, my ideas.
Yeah.
That's what it is. What I had thought, the idea of what marriage was, and it led me to truth. It led me to all the way through to, getting down to the basic ideology of what it is that we are here to do. And so I love that. I love that.
Girl, I know you do. We didn't have y'all don't understand. Yo, we didn't have talks about this stuff. We have really gotten down to the nitty gritty like that. And that's gonna be for another show. But y'all don't understand, man. These principles, these things, man, it's real. Because I'm gonna just say this to be real brief. You know what I mean? There are times when you are in a relationship or you are married, you know, like we said, when you get a divorce, it allows you to step back and do some self-examination. Yeah. And you realize that, you do have some growing to do from that, or you do have some things that you could take some good away from it. You know what I mean? Everything don't always have to be bad.
No, it doesn't. It
don't always have to be bad. You don't have to accept bad. Yeah, man. So the biggest thing for me, and I hope for people who have experienced that, embrace the good that you actually got out of it. Carry that good over into the next relationship. With you. The things that you learn, the positivities from it. Don't hold on to the bad, because come on, yo, we ain't got time for insecurities. No. We ain't got time for none of that. We all grown.
That's it.
That's what I got.
Like, because those failures, in a sense, that one, they're expected. And then two, again, those are stepping stones. They're tools for where you grow next. And all you just trying to do is figure out where you fit better or grander, because you can be that puzzle piece that it looked like it's supposed to go there. You be like, this look like this supposed to go there.
I know, right?
And it doesn't fit. And it's like, what is your fit, especially in a relationship, but then also in your occupation in the world. And so, you know,
Facts.
I appreciated the previous marriage, and I appreciate the divorce, because I learned so much about myself. About myself. And that's the key here. That's
facts. It's all about number one. It's all about you at the end.
Learning the truth about you. So I dig it. Okay, King. So you currently work with youth. And today we're gonna kind of talk about the truth and Rock Youth, Rock Truth. We're gonna talk about the importance of truth for our youth. You know, and so you currently work with a group of girls.
Yes.
You want to tell us about them real quick?
Yes, I will. The name of the organization is called SelenaKay Girls. And I partnered up with my business partner, Jennifer Williams. And she said she just wanted to do something for young girls to give back. She always felt that was her passion, her calling, and everything. So she asked me to be the life coach.
Okay.
And I have to tell you all, it was one of the most rewarding experiences.
I know that's right.
It's just because to know that, you know, kids look for you. You know what I mean? To know that you're pouring into them. And they're actually listening to you. They're taking it all in. You know, that's something that's priceless. That's something that you can't take away from nobody. Can't. You know, you just instilling something in kids. So especially with young girls, they need to hear from a man's perspective.
Each brother.
For me to give them real scenarios, real life, because you know, every young girl believes that, oh my God, life is so hard. I'm just going through this thing.
Don't try to do our voice.
That's gonna be the voice when we go to the show. I mean, that's gonna be your voice. Like, oh my God, I'm just going through so much. It's too much for my life. Girl, look here. You 15. Right. You going through the same thing that everybody went through. It didn't matter if you was a boy or girl. Right. We all went through the stress. Right. And now I'm 34 and you growing. Right. So let's just wrap this thing up. Let me teach you some principles and you can apply some to your life.
Some quick tools.
Yes, quick tools. But that's what we do. We get girls out of troubled homes. You know what I mean? A lot of them in the system that have been sad to say, molested, abused. Yeah, of course. You know, and of course we have to tap into that as well. And that's a whole nother strategy. That's I used to try to tap into that by myself, but I love the fact that me and Jennifer we tag team it.
I love it.
That is great because they get two perspectives. They get the motherly side of it, you know what I mean, where it's more nurturing, and then they get the harsher side. I literally just had to talk to a girl because she sat up and she was dabbling in the weed, yo. Ooh. Dabbling in the weed, and I looked at her and I said, nah, we can't have this. Yeah. And I gave some stipulations to that bad boy. I told her, I said, if I catch or hear that from your grandmother to Jennifer that you were out here smoking,
Come on.
Oh, what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna go buy the drug test myself.
That's it.
And then what we gonna
That's
do
it.
is, if I'm not satisfied with that, what we'll do is we'll make sure we take it to the big boys. We'll take it to the lab out here.
Come on now.
Pee in the cup. It's gonna be gone for a week, people. But this is what you got to do with kids.
Yes.
Yo. You have to show them how serious you are, and then they'll understand that you love them and care.
Yeah.
They just want to be heard.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
they will, and that's absolutely true. They do want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they want a place in an environment where they can just share their truth.
Yes.
You know, without any judgment or any form of shame that could be developed.
Facts.
And it's the same thing as us. They're just humans in little houses. It's not as if they're not experiencing the things in life. A lot of them have grown through things in life that we've never grown through.
Facts.
And we could never even touch, right? And so it's like we look at them like, oh, you're young, and so you wouldn't understand. Hello. Yes, I do understand. Like, you have no clue what it is I'm currently growing through, you know.
Exactly.
And so absolutely with our youth, especially with Truth.
Yeah.
What was the age group of the queens that you mentor?
From 9 to 21.
Perfect.
9 to 21.
It's a perfect range.
Yeah.
Because I actually watched the opposition discuss the youth. Yeah. And they were talking about captivating the youth. And if you captivate the mind and heart of a 12-year-old, you'll have them for life.
Come on.
If you have them at 12, if you have them smoking, drinking, partying, misbehaving, you have them for life, like full captivation of them. And so if that's true, then the reverse is too. If we can captivate them with truth, if we can captivate them with, the positive things in life, in a healthy environment for them to become, then we'll have them for life.
Come on.
Man, listen. So with truth as a child for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you were told the truth?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
I will say from my grandparents and my mom, I got a little bit of the reality of it.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I was blessed to go to a mixed school of all races and diversities and everything. I think that actually taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. Like, I don't know, when you look at truth as a child, you just want to make sure, for me, at least, I wanted to make sure that what my family was telling me, I really could relate it to school.
Yeah.
So when we talked about relationships, when we even hit on points of racism, I dealt with racism when I was in 3rd grade, being called the N-word for the first time. You know what I mean? I didn't know the brevity of that.
Yeah.
Until I went home and I told my mom and my grandparents, and we had to talk about it, and I don't know, even to this day, I have to deal with that when I'm working with other people, you know what I mean? Racism, other things of that nature. So me dealing with that at a young age, like we said, captivate them at 12, you got them for life.
Yeah.
It was certain principles that were instilled in me that I was able to look at. So I really do a credit to my upbringing that's kind of that plays a big role into why I let a lot of things roll off my back.
Gotcha.
When I'm out and about, because they did introduce me to certain realities.
Yeah.
And I went out there and I tested the theory.
Yeah.
I
love it.
So
I love it. I love the fact that you're saying that, hey, I went out there and I tested the theory.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what it is I developed a book that I am currently writing, From Theory to Lab to Life.
Mm-hmm.
And it applies in everything. You rock true beats, you can rock true friendship, and rock youth, rock true too. Like, from theory to lab to life, there's a theory that's being given to you. And so I apply that in the lab, which is, for the most part, a controlled environment, a controlled area to be able to do it. But then, even if you master it there, the application in life is totally different, because outside of the lab, there are variables that you can't control.
That's it.
And you got to sit back and watch these variables happen. And the best thing you can do is add just to the changes that are around you, or the changes that happen in your life. And then see if that original theory holds true in life. And if it does in theory, and if it does in the lab, and it does in life, you know that it's truth.
Know that it's true.
You know that that's a principle that you can roll off of.
Yep.
For me as a child, just something as simple as you can be whatever you want to be. that threw me.
Oh my gosh.
That is oh God. One, you can only be who God said.
Come
Two,
on.
I am very multi-gifted and talented. So if you tell me something like that, I'm gonna try and be everything. Like by the time I went to college, I was every major, seriously, and also headed to the Air Force. Like this was crazy because
you were everywhere.
Everywhere. Like I appreciate learning all of the jargon. I was able to see like, okay, these are the same rules in life that are applying. They're just said in a different way based upon what your occupation is.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If you start talking, you start listening, I can relate to just about any occupation once they break it down to the foundation of it. And it's kind of like, oh, okay. So that's kind of like writing when you do X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's kind of like this. And I've also, learned my way of learning, which is by story.
Okay.
Like you tell me a story, I can learn just about anything.
Okay.
But again, the simplicity of you can be anything you want to be has totally like it low-key scarred me because that's not the truth.
Wow.
It's not the truth. I need truth in my life. I need to know the basic bottom element of truth so that I can grow forward. And I think that our youth, they're not given the opportunity to get exposed to truth. And it doesn't matter the age, you're training up children. You know what I mean? You're training up children. So a lot of the times when you go back to these children being molested in the home, that's because you're teaching them that their private area is the cougar bear. You know, like, like you're not talking truth to them about this. And hey, no one is to touch this and this and the other. You're not getting because you're like, oh, they're too young and they don't understand. They're not too young to learn TikTok. We got a whole new generation.
Oh my
we
Lord!
Have a whole new generation that are way more intelligent. Apparently than we are due to the exposure of information. It's like, come on, if they're not too young to learn songs and they're not, I've seen, children proteges that they're playing drums at 2. If they're not too young to learn then, that they're not too young to learn anything that you teach them. Anything that you
in other countries, like we'll take China for instance, man. You know how it is, girl. They teach them kids young.
They train up children.
They are the true definition of training up a child. Because there are a lot of things that they experience. These kids are like they're expert swimmers. Like they are playing the drums at like 2 years old. They are doing these things. And it's kind of like once they do it, that to me, that shows that children absorb information. And I believe the issue that we have over here is that we love to give our kids tablets, right? We love to give them things. We don't want to show them anything. We don't want to put anything on there that teach them something. But we go ahead, we got them watching all these different cartoons. We got them watching, then when they get older, they're watching fights. You know what I mean? They're watching different videos. I'm not saying all music videos are bad people, but I'm just saying you still must censor your child. They can't watch any and everything. But then when you come in there and you got 9-year-olds singing Tank, you know what I mean? When we what? You ain't getting candy from the teacher, right? You 9 years old. When we what?
No, you're absolutely correct. It's the truth. And even with the censorship of the mediums that are being watched, take the time out to educate, take the time out to educate them. And when I had my children and they would watch certain things, I would be like, all right, let me point these things out to you. This is this is that, this and the other. So that now when you're making they're making educated decisions, because I'm not going to always be around. My goal is to train up a child the way that they should go. If I'm not around,
there it is.
Success of a parent. It's not when your child is saying, I need you. I don't know what to do if mama ain't here. We have a problem. We have a huge problem if you do not know what to do, if your parents are not around. And so our job is to train them up so they know what to do when you're not here. And so you just show them, you take these teachable moments and you teach them. You got to yell at them like, you shouldn't have watched that. Well, it's going to come along the feed some way, somehow, especially if they're exposed to social media. But then you take that teachable moment and you teach them so that they can make better decisions for themselves. When they have to. I don't even want to say, when they come of age, because you don't know the life expectancy of anyone.
That's very
true. And so because of that, you never know. You absolutely never know how long they're supposed to be here. Your job is to train up
Facts.
the child.
Mhm.
You know, real quick, we have a non-for-profit called A Voice for Lizelle.
Okay.
And it teaches parenting principles. And a
That's
voice,
awesome.
yeah, oh God, because
love
it's
that.
imperative. It's about rebuilding the family,
Mhm.
because that's where everything is stemming from.
Yes,
You know,
I
again,
agree.
this is RockTruth, and we're dealing with the root of everything. But it founded after her. She was 1 year old when she passed away.
Okay.
A child that was in the system, and during the time I met her, she was a baby, like you know, like probably brand new. I think maybe about 3 months is when I took over the case.
Okay.
And I watched her grow upright. I could see myself in her, the way that she was, you know, completing milestones. The
Wow.
way, I mean, her efforts to, I mean, this one day she just wanted to climb to this Christmas tree.
Mhm.
I mean, she's wiggling, she's wobbling, she's rolling. But the whole thing about it was
Mhm.
our job, no matter her age, was to
Mhm.
train her up.
Facts.
It was to teach her.
Facts.
That's it. When she passed away, I had confirmation. You did your job.
There you go.
That's it. You don't know how long somebody's going to
Exactly.
be here. So do your job. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You know. So with the youth, what do you think is, aside from the lack of truth
Okay.
that is being exposed to them in the midst of these information wars, what do you think is another rooted item that is causing a plague in our society regarding the youth?
I think a lot of it is just accountability. You know, and I say that because that's a broad spectrum. You know, we could take that from adults all the way down to children. It's accountability. It's just you know, like when we was talking to the one girl I told you who had done the weed and everything. Right. This is very recent. That's why I'm bringing that up. That's the most recent thing that's happened. And we was telling her, you know, you just have to do some of the things that you're being told. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Just do some of the things you're being told. You know, you're not always going to like life. You know what I mean? And we went through, once again, we went through the same thing that they went through.
Exactly.
So,
thing.
I dropped my phone. I heard that bad boy. It just went thump. But okay, whatever. Y'all probably couldn't hear that. But anyway, you know, we tell them that we had to tell them, you know, we went through the same thing that you have been through. Yeah. You know, so there's nothing too big or too small for you, because if we were your age and we were able to overcome that, we had to swallow some pride, take some accountability for maybe the attitude that we had. Yeah. Or maybe how we might have reacted to when certain things were said to us. And as a child, you also have to remember, you don't know what your parent is going through. You don't know. And I understand parents are doing the best that they can with what they're given. So it doesn't excuse them to treat you bad or mistreat you or do certain things to you that you don't deserve. Yeah. But with that being said, though, you know, I really do believe accountability is really affecting our children. Because a lot of times they want to place blame. Yeah. They don't, you tell them something like, but Mr. Jeff, no, it ain't. A lot of times it's not about how you felt in the moment. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to do the task, be done with it. And the sooner you get done with the task you don't like, walk away from it and on to the next one.
That's it. That's simply put. Guys, real quick, we're going to go ahead and go to our sponsors for just a second. But before we go there, I want us to end up talking about, are youth aware of the consequences that are associated with them being taken accountable for their actions? So real quick, we are officially sponsored by Healthy in Space in Maryville, Indiana. Healthy in Space in Maryville, Indiana, guys. Hey, yo, Black-owned business. Whole Black King. He is now open Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Go get your herbs. Go get your sea moss. Go get your tinctures. Go get your skincare. Get your vitamins. And so much more. So much more, guys. They also have 10% off daily savings. Men's Health Mondays, Tea Time Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Women's Health. We have tinctures and tonics on Thursdays, Free Radical Fridays, Skincare Saturdays. And if you guys mention RockTruth, you will get the RockTruth discount of 10% off any item in that store, guys. Go ahead and check them out. Also, we are also sponsored by another health product, Lovely Body Inc. That shout out to Miss Kim. I saw you out in the chat. Shout out to Miss Kim with Lovely Body Inc. I love my body. Listen, these products are absolutely amazing. They are so silky smooth and soft. Oh my God. Like, you guys are going to just like flip over the shea butter. Hit up Miss Kim on Facebook. You can go to Lovely Body Inc. on Facebook, lovelybodyinc.com, and get you some body products, queens. It is almost time for the summer. These summer bodies, I load them, and they're gonna need a lot of moisture. And so we need to be shining and glistening and all of that. So we need to be bring sun to the sun. You know what I mean?
Come on.
So hit up Miss Kim for Lovely Body Inc. and love your body. Oh my God. And then also, of course, we are brought to you by none other than The Vibe.
Hey.
The Vibe.
Come on.
Listen,
now.
we are currently shooting in The Vibe Studios. Shout out to Ron Weir with Know What You Know. My lovely co-host, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, Jeff Releford, Life Coach Jeff, and then Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch?
Who is
Smooch? Yo, clothing line coming. Clothing line website coming. The clothes are out. So, guys, if you guys want some of the Smooch merch from the Smooch section, yo, hit them up. Who is Smooch?
The Ashley Black is hidden.
Hey, yo, that Ashley Black.
Ashley Black is hidden.
Yo, it go harder than the paint.
Come on.
It go harder than the paint. Like all day. Oh, they go Ron. Hello, Ronald. That is my friend. You got to understand. That is my friend, BNO. What you know?
It is.
Yo, as a matter of fact, they have a show this evening at 7 p.m. You guys want to definitely tune in on the VNO page on Facebook as well as YouTube. I know right now he'll probably be saying, forget Facebook, send them to my YouTube. So I'm sending you to the YouTube for VNO. Yo, or on Ron's Reed page. So hit him up. Real quick. So accountability and our youth and their knowledge of consequences. So being able to hold them accountable. So currently, we have a lot of our youth killing youth. We have a lot of our youth. They're robbing, stealing, and once caught, do they truly understand the consequence for their action from a criminal perspective? Because you had a lot of youth, and they hear sentences such as life. Yeah, they're getting sentences such as 25 years. Do they truly understand what 25 years to life really is?
And you know what? I don't think anybody does until the actual sentence is given.
Yeah, man.
Because once again, we talk about truth in youth people.
Come on.
The thing is, I know there were a lot of different things that didn't happen to me until they happened.
Come on, King.
And then I was like, oh snap.
Yeah.
You slapped in the face with reality.
Yeah, man.
So a lot of these young kids, I feel and I believe, some of them do know the consequence. Some of them will sit up here and say, I don't care, man. I go ahead. I'm with the homies. I'm with okay. But are you willing to sacrifice a big part of your own life so somebody else can be free, or you don't have to be a snitch?
That's it.
I don't know how bad it is now when they say, if you go ahead, you say something, somebody gonna try to kill you, get you locked up. They got people on the inside. Yeah. I know that was real big 90s, what I mean? 2000, stuff like that. Yeah. But I don't know if it's that bad now. Hey.
I don't know either.
I don't know.
I'm sitting over here too. Like, what is the attractive element? Yeah. Because it can't be the homies. It can't be a family reunion.
Come on.
That can't be the reason why, like you said, you sacrifice time.
Yeah.
That it's not
time is everything.
Oh my God, King. It is a valuable commodity.
Yes.
Like that, it's one resource. It is the resource that you cannot get back. Hear me. You're wasting time. You might as well take, one of the grandest gifts that you have ever been given and just pour it on the floor. You're just wasting it. You're not even using it to the fullest of its intent.
Yes.
Like that should change your mindset when you're talking about the way that you move and you function and you operate. So with our youth, I know that there's a lot of things that they understand. I really don't think that they have a full conception of what it is to sacrifice time.
Yeah.
For a split second, you exchanged a split second moment for 25 years.
Exactly.
I exchanged a split second decision for life.
Yeah. Yeah. That's heavy,
bro.
It's one of the heaviest things.
Come on.
And I kind of think that a lot of times, kids are always trying to prove something to somebody.
Yeah.
And, when we start talking about gangs, when we start talking about other kids running in the crowd, I see it all the time with the girls. A lot of times what they want to do is since they want to be heard, they run with certain people. They believe those are their friends. And then they get into some mess. And then when the mess trickled down, I didn't know it. The people, they did me so bad. Yeah. But you have a choice.
Come on, King.
All of this boils down to a choice.
Yes.
If you would stop for a split second, and this isn't anything any different than we do as adults.
That's it.
Sometimes we have to be taught to slow down.
Yeah.
Assess a situation and see if it's going to best benefit us. And I don't believe we have kids who know how to do that. There are kids who know how to do it. There are kids who come from good upbringings and everything like that. But for those who are troubled, they don't have a lot of outlets. They don't have a lot of resources. They feel like their back is against the wall. But there has to be some point in time when they have to use their own resolve.
Yes.
And say, you know what? I don't like this.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is something that I don't prefer.
Yeah.
Or maybe this is damning to me and my body. Maybe this is something that can be looked at as bad. They know it's bad 9 times out of 10. A lot of kids use mechanisms to cope. If anything.
At this point, who isn't?
No, come on now.
At this point, the truth of the matter is who isn't? It's what's been taught to us by society.
Yes.
To cope.
Fact.
You have a headache, take a Tylenol. I was watching, because they have tissues for your issues. Okay. They're going to make sure that they deal with the symptoms and not the root cause. Yeah. With the symptoms and not the root cause, because it takes away from their profit.
Yes.
As long as they can keep you good, but they never heal you. Then they profit. They gain.
Yes.
And it's sad because society suffers.
Yes.
As a whole. We completely suffer as a whole. And it's unfortunate because what happens is it trickles down to our youth. And that's the part when you're saying that, I am 41. Right.
Okay.
You're in your 30s.
Yeah. 34.
And so still can't get right.
I'm trying to tell you.
You know what I mean? Still can't get it right. And we're talking about now, we're looking at 14, 13, 14, sometimes 12, 11-year-olds that are going to jail or doing criminal behavior, participating in criminal behavior.
Yeah.
And for them to truly understand the consequence that's associated with it that they can't control.
Yes, I love that they can't control.
Yeah, no, this is it's crazy. It's absolutely insane to even believe that. And you look at the gap in age, we're talking about at least 20 years. Yeah. Another 20 years before they truly get it. Some people get it and they get it fast, but then to truly understand it, because there's levels to the understanding.
Yeah.
Like
definitely.
It just keeps going higher and higher, especially if you in the school of life.
Ooh,
if you're in the school of life, it just goes higher. Just the moment that you think that you got it, you be like, I got it. Okay, yep, I can ride this bike with no training wheels. You fall.
Exactly.
You fall.
Our kids need to be kids, yo.
Come on.
Kids just need to be kids.
Come on.
What happened to the times when you used to just go out in the backyard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And shoot some hoops.
Come on.
Or go ahead. See, we had a big wheel growing up, man. I had the big wheel. Some of y'all probably don't know what that thing is. I know the generation now don't know what the heck a big wheel is. They just all right. They rather walk the streets. We was sitting up here riding the big wheel down the street, till we had bikes and everything. Learn how to ride my bike in the backyard, but without the training wheels on. What happened to these moments for kids? God. These highlights in life.
Yeah.
Where they could young boys could just throw the football around in the backyard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or go ahead and just find things to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's you want to do all these dances. You
Yeah.
want to go ahead. I don't knock the dances. Those can be fun.
Oh yeah, no,
it can be fun and recreation.
Yeah,
that can be fun.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that stuff. But it's just, I think the focus is just too primarily on the negative. Like we said, the fights, the way that they cope, the way that they do things.
Yeah.
It's not I feel that we coped in a positive way, the way we were at least raised in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, we're missing out on those times when kids could go out shoot hoops with a parent or a grandparent.
Yeah.
Even grandparents, man. Grandparents are struggling with trying to raise kids now. And a lot of them are in their 60s.
Ooh.
Or 70s.
Yeah.
And now you have a 10-year-old or a teenage boy or girl.
Yeah.
And now you have to go through this process all over again.
All over again.
When you've done and your people grown, you know, you can send your children out to the world and you say, all right, Lord, I pray for them, I bless them. You know what I mean? Let them do their thing. But now here it is. You have another child to deal with. I feel that can be stressful.
Absolutely.
I feel that can be stressful.
Absolutely stressful.
Yeah.
I mean, there is just truly an age gap. Yeah. Right. Like it's clear and evident that there's a gap here. It's a total disconnect.
Yeah.
Even if you're a bridge and you remain relative to the time, or you stay and hold to truth, because that's really the only thing that you can do to relate throughout generations. Yeah. You can hold firm that which is RockTruth. But there's still barriers.
Yes.
There's still areas where you will not be able to empathize.
That's it.
That's the thing. Like you can sympathize with a whole bunch of stuff. Everybody has the common experience of being human.
Facts.
To what extent and what level, that changes for everybody. And so you can't just say, hey, I know what it's like to be. No, you don't.
Come on.
You don't know what it's like to be me. That's number one. And you don't know like what it was like to be me growing through this and to the level in which it was represented to me.
Facts.
You know, it's a whole different ball game. And so, there are still barriers between the two generations. There's a huge gap between the two generations for relativity. And all of that is falling back on the fact that we are ill prepared.
Yes.
We're ill prepared. We have learned to just have sex and have children. Like we have like baby mama, baby daddy culture like no other. And it's promoted. It's promoted through all of our social media. The change of what they refer to as, I believe it was the nuclear family. Was it the nuclear family?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Traditional, but either way, the traditional family, the way in which, you know, America portrayed it, at least with the mom, the dad, the son that's first, and then the daughter, and then the picket fence and the dog, you know, that has strayed away from the images that we see on television today. You know, we don't see that. We see all of these different types of families that are not of origin.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it changes their perception. It changes their idea, which is what the enemy desires. He wants the idea to change. He wants you to be in opposition, because anything outside of what is origin or what is already put in place is opposite.
Facts.
It's opposite and made up. Go ahead.
And you know, we do have a dynamic to look at. We do have a book to reference. We have the Bible to reference. Like we always say, girl, we believe in God. That's what we're gonna talk about. That's how we roll. I say it on my show all the time. I believe in God. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. Ain't nobody gonna tell me otherwise. But anyway,
I ain't even giving a disclaimer. If this is RockTruth. This is truth coming from He who is the Rock. Let that be. That should just set in your spirit. So all we talk about, everything that is RockTruth, is Him.
Come on.
So you want Him? RockTruth is the place to be.
That's it.
My king. Grow.
And you know, I just feel, I really feel strongly that when we go ahead and we talk about these principles, the older I get, the more that I see the youth and adults have to be more grounded in something. Yeah. And I do feel that something is God. Yeah. I feel that we need to stick more to a foundation. Yeah. of where we want to be, where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is centered around God. It's interesting when you start looking at a lot of the different teachings, a lot of different religions and everything. And I'm still going to relate this to truth in the youth.
That's it.
But when you look at how everything is so closely related, you start to know that, okay, the story happens somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
Time is something we can't get back, but time is something that we are also chasing in history also.
That's it.
It wasn't until they found this lost city of David and they said that pushed time back thousands of years.
Come on now.
And they won't even accept it because that would change the trajectory of our calendar, our time frame.
Yeah.
So when you start hearing things like that, it's like, you know what? If historians won't accept it, you know what I mean? Come on now, because it happens to switch something. God is greater than your historic timeline that you put on. And the thing is, how we relate that to truth in youth is that we need to teach kids and the generations about who God is, how God affects us, how God can keep us grounded, how God's timing is greater than our timing.
Grander.
You know, it's all these things that encompass that we can end up, that adults as such as ourselves can end up teaching youth the truth.
That's it.
And it's crazy because I don't even want to say it's crazy. It's just real life. Because when you look at the Bible, there's a principle for everything.
That's it.
Principle for everything.
That means it's a key.
It's a key.
It's a law.
There it is. It's a law for everything.
Law. Yeah.
And it's usually as simple as good and bad.
That's it.
Right and wrong.
That's it.
Left and right.
Love and hate.
It's
simple.
Up and down.
That's it.
You know, for every opposite, you know what I mean?
Action is a reaction.
There's going to be a reaction. There it is. You know, to me, these are the basic principles that we need to teach kids.
Yeah.
And I feel that I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's lack of experience? From adults? I don't know, but gosh, girl, it blows my mind.
I know that. One thing that I know that when you were talking about time is an imperative piece here because they won't accept time.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like even with God, like you say, he's bigger than their time.
Bigger than the time.
And he told you that the time is always now.
Come on.
Like you don't have anything outside of this current moment.
Mm-hmm.
Some people may not make it to the end of the day.
That's it.
They may not make it there. You know, that's again, going back to how your mindset should be changed is to be solely based on that. Like if this was your last moments, if this was your last day, how would you want to live it?
Come on.
Like, how would this be the way you live it? Like, would you walk around talking when I say grand day, how you doing today, Queen? And you like, I'm good, just good. Nah, it doesn't matter what's in whatever obstacle is there. I'm absolutely amazing. I choose that.
Yes.
I don't care what the weather may be around me, whether this or whether that is going on. I choose that.
Yes.
But then now relating that back to the youth, this is a tradition. This is a trade.
Ooh, tradition.
It's a trade.
Come on, girl. You know I love how you do the word. Come on now.
This is a trade. What are we truly trading down to the generation?
Yes.
That's coming up behind us besides family recipes.
Oh, come on now.
Besides family recipes. And we think
you better speak.
What? We really truly believe that this is something that we're supposed to let them know. This is how we cook, and this is what we cook on Thanksgiving, and this is what we do. This is hey. What about how we live?
Come on.
What about how we love?
Come on.
Because that's what you're going to be held accountable for. You're not going to be held accountable for the recipe you cooked. You cooked your grandma's pudding, right? Like
exactly.
You think he cares? He doesn't care.
Well, look, you get to having, hey, Lord, that rice pudding was fire, baby. You know, God, that rice pudding was fire out here. You know, is that gonna get me to the kingdom?
No. But it got circumstantial evidence. Like, we're not even gonna take that into play. We're gonna go ahead and just wipe it completely out.
Come on.
Like, but it's about what is it that we're trading. And one thing that we need to trade down is wisdom, wise dominion, how to dominate here on earth wisely.
Yes.
You know, what I loved about Solomon was that he asked for wisdom.
Oh, Solomon, that's my man.
Listen, you can have things and lack wisdom. What does it matter? You can have stuff and not know what to do with it.
Girl, you need to say that again.
You can have things and not know what to do with it. That's the craziest thing in life. So I know that he thought about that answer. I'm a thinker. Before I even pray, I'll be like, hold up, wait, let me see what it is I'm praying about. Because the truth of the matter is, you know, his will be done is the prayer.
That's it.
I don't pray. Even when someone is passing away, for instance, or somebody their health is down or whatever, and they want you. I pray for you to be to be strengthened, to be. Hold on, what if in this moment he needs you to be weak so he's strong?
Come on, exactly.
I can't pray that. What if you needed to be sick to sit down?
I
don't know what God is doing. All I know is I'm in agreement with him. I'm in agreement with him. Whatever he wants to do with you, I agree. So I don't really have a prayer past that. So I'm very mindful and conscious about what I petition unto him. And so again, what are we really trading down to the next generation? Besides family secrets.
Come on. The family secrets are hidden. Jesus Christ.
That's it. Now since that's truth, the secrets will be truth. So I guess that's something to pass it on down. I'll probably do that. Real quick, I want to shout out to the comment section. Y'all is on live today. Shout out to Carl Weatherspoon is out there. What's going on, Carl?
Big Carl. What's up, baby?
Shout out to Megan Releford. Hey, Megan.
Yeah, wifey in the house.
What's going on? We got Maurice Bishop Sr. Shout out to Maurice Bishop Sr. Marilyn Wynn. What's going on, Marilyn Wynn? And then Ron Reed, of course. We got Teresa Keys. Shout out to Miss Teresa Keys. And then Miss Kimberly Johnson. Yo, keep these comments growing, y'all.
Yes.
Let us know what it is that you think real quick while we're winding it down.
Yeah.
And I love what Marilyn is saying. Knowledge is power. Maurice Bishop Sr., the Bible tells us to avoid conflict. Simple.
Come on.
We're talking about
simple principles, baby.
Simple principles, simple
come on now,
laws that are, all hinged upon or hinged up on love. The reason the 10 Commandments are null and void is because when you love, you don't kill. When you love, you don't steal. When you love, you don't do the things that are upon that list or the list of the 603 they came up with after the fact.
Oh, they ain't ready for the 603. They ain't ready for the 603, man.
They truly wasn't ready for the 603 because they couldn't even live up to their own laws.
Exactly.
He fulfilled that and more when he died upon the cross. And it's just like, hey, we got to get back to, oh, shoot, wait a minute. I got to shout out my sister.
Okay.
Is in the house. What's going on, B? Much prayer to her and her family. Benita Williams, that is my sister. Like, you got a twin. You have a twin.
Yeah.
But these are my twin sisters. So one half of my face looks like one twin and the other half of my face looks like the other twin.
Okay, you know what?
It's the weirdest.
I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this magic here.
It is. It's the weirdest, freakiest thing in the world. However, they're my sister. So shout out. I love her. She's my supporter.
Yes.
Like, she is there. Like, I miss you on IG. That we had a real relationship. I miss my friend on IG. Like, that's not only my sister, this is my friend.
Yes.
I miss you on IG. I can't wait till you come back so we can share reels again because we laugh together. I think that a family grows together when you laugh together.
Yes.
The ministry of absolute laughter. Maurice says the devil wants us to be in conflict, of course.
Oh, all the time.
Of course, it's opposition to law. Like, to keep us, it's not even keeping us from doing or operating the business that we came. If he can keep us in conflict with each other, which is what God cares about.
Come on.
He doesn't care about your occupation. He doesn't care about the car you drive. He doesn't care about the clothes you have. He doesn't care about anything that you got. He doesn't care about you being successful on your job.
Come on.
He don't care about money.
Because the principles focus all on peace.
Yeah.
Principles focus all on peace.
All on peace.
And I always tell people, man, I'm like, focus on inner.
Yeah, man.
If you focus on inner, everything externally will come out as good.
That's it.
But you got to put that good in you,
man.
You got to want to put that good in you every day.
Yeah.
You have to. It is a choice to wake up and look at bad.
That's it.
It is a choice to do that. Come on, man.
You chose that.
You chose bad.
Right,
you chose violence.
Yeah, you chose it.
You chose violence. So violence is going to be afflicted upon you.
Yes.
If you choose peace and somebody brings violence to you, you continue to operate in peace. And you pray for them and you keep it moving.
It's simple. They shouldn't be able to alter or throw you off.
Come on.
If you're truly walking in peace,
come on,
they shouldn't be able to throw you.
Yes, I agree.
That's them. In those situations, they get an opportunity to see themselves.
Yes,
you get an opportunity to see yourself, and God gets an opportunity to see you both.
Oh, girl.
to see you both.
That ministers to my soul because I was going through that. Jesus.
A lot of people think that they are a lot further in life than where they are, and you're truly not. You know what, King? We are coming to a close. We got about 4 more minutes before I have to go off. Shout out to WOSD Radio. Yo, we are in 19 cities now. We are broadcasting live right now in 19 cities and 2 countries. Count about 2 countries.
Come on.
RockTruth just celebrated our 4-year anniversary. Shout out to God for everything that he is doing through RockTruth, through me. And so real quick, final thoughts.
I just want to say this.
With the deep voice.
I just want to say this. Parents, listen to your kids. Kids, listen to your parents. And let's keep an umbrella of biblical practices and principles within the household. Ain't nobody telling you to beat it down the kid's throat.
Come on.
Just lead by example because children are watching and other adults are watching each other as well. So just lead by example. If we do that, people, we'll be able to help our youth.
That's it. I love it. As for me, final thoughts, train up a child in the way that they should grow.
Come on.
When they are old, they will not depart from it. It's not saying that they won't do stuff. You do stuff, okay? But when they are old, they will not depart from it. Give them the opportunity to fall and stumble, but be right there. And if you're going to trade down anything to the next generation, anything with another person, make sure that it is in spirit and it's truth.
Come on.
Trade truth today, people. Trade truth.
Yes.
And value time. Value time. Because, it can come for anybody at any point. You can be the healthiest. You can be sick. You can be overweight. And you can be skinny. Whatever they may be. You can be sane, insane. None of those factors matter when you have that appointment.
Facts.
With that.
Girl,
I don't care if you got things planned for tomorrow. They won't happen. And it's great you were planning. That's good. Be proactive. However, value time, man. Value how you treat people, because that is what you're going to be held accountable for. When you go before him, he doesn't care about the rest of nothing.
Come on.
And make sure when you're treating people or handling people or mishandling people or mistreating people, these are your character witnesses.
Yeah.
So when they call into character somebody to attest that you are out here on earth loving and living, you better make sure they have an honest and grand rapport of who you are.
Come on.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Shout out to my co-host again, Jeff Releford. Where can we find you real quick?
All right. You can find me on Instagram as Jeff Releford, Life Coach Jeff Releford. You can find the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus page on Instagram as well. Also, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus on YouTube. That is where all of my shows and all the lives will be at it. Also, podcast and the Jeff Releford Show. You can also go to Biggs Radio Chicago, Voice of a New Generation, from 5 to 6 on Mondays, and catch me there if you would like to listen to me on the way from your commute home, people. We gon' and listen, we got a lineup. We got myself, Julian St. Chris, and Donalyn Biggs from 5 to 10 p.m. So we with you from when you get off work till you lay down your head.
I know that's right. King, hey, don't forget, guys. Please do not forget. Shout out to our sponsors, Healthy in Space. Get down there. Healthy in Space, Monday through Saturday, 12 to 6. Herbs, sea moss, tinctures, skincare, vitamins, and more. Shout out to Lovely Body Inc., y'all. Hey, queens, it's time. Shine up your bodies, queen. Love your body too. Don't forget about the daily specials that they're going to have at Healthy in Space, as well as using the RockTruth discount as well. And thank you to our comment section. Thank you to everybody who is tuned in, those who have that will tune in afterwards. We will be back here next week. Shout out to WOSD Radio. Shout out to Al Greer, my mentor.
Big man Al.
We're definitely going to be here next week, guys. Same bat time, same bat taste, bat place, excuse me. We lit, we live, be true, rock truth, absolutely nothing.
Conversations fuel the mind, they current and they right on time. Or absolutely nothing. It's us, it's you. You rock the truth. We gon' rock the truth. Or absolutely nothing.